Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at another item for our housing from patch 7.1 and another craftable item, much like the barding we looked at before, which is obviously the eternal themed items, which are made with an item that can be acquired from the actual new extreme fight, so Sphene on extreme difficulty. As you can see, it is an armor craft, master armor work number 11, and various materials in this cost between nothing and a little bit of guild. They're not too expensive actually, but the biggest item obviously is that eternal piece there, which is obviously going to be really obtained from the extreme, or you're going to have to buy it from a market board like I did. So essentially, this is what we've created today, the Eternal Cenotaph. It says, this monument stands as a solemn reminder of a queen who placed her beloved people above all else. So let's look at what this looks like in our house. This is going to be our second furnishing that we actually look at in this house, or third. Yeah, we looked at the darts as well, didn't we? So this is what this looks like, and holy moly, it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's place this down. For reference then, in terms of height of character next to item, it's probably not the biggest of these trophies that we've seen before in the game from extremes. Obviously there's lots of others in the game that we could craft from the materials from those various extremes in the past, but it's certainly one of the coolest and most detailed. One thing that I will point out is that there's not really any horrible background sound from this one. A lot of them have really annoying hums and things like that that put me off from using them. This doesn't have any audio to it at all. What it does have though is this really nice sort of emanating sort of magic coming off of it. This sort of yellow, almost almost like stink lines. Am I allowed to say that? It's a smelly trophy. Yeah, it feels like this is the sort of thing that smells like a really nice cooked wholesome meal, or something horrible in green and yellow. I'll let your imagination do the rest. But yeah, it's kind of like glitchy on the wings, which is very reminiscent of the actual fight, and you'll find this obviously on the wing mount that comes from Sphene, as well as the barding as well, although less so on the barding. I expected there to be more glitchiness on the wings on that, but there was it was just basically glowed. But yeah, obviously designed after Sphene, looking pretty great. We've got ourselves this bulbous thing in the center, which is a head, right, in the actual fight. I don't know if it's supposed to represent that here, but it's a nice little trophy. It's a nice thing to add to our housing area, and it's got a really nice glow to it. A lot of people like to combine items like this to make like giant robots. I can see a lot of people using this. A lot of creatives in the housing scene do actually combine items to create really cool robots and giant mech prop designs and things like that, and sort of like dioramas. I can only imagine what they'll do with this. The back of it is really interesting. It's got this kind of like interface system. I can imagine a lot of people using the back, like using like a back-facing view to make something. Certainly looks like something you would have like with a head above it, and you could probably make a body. But again, there are people way more creative than me that will come up with some incredible solutions on how best to use this. I especially like this big ring in the center there. And of course, you would be right in thinking it's got a really nice glow when we turn the house lights down. Currently, they're on maximum. If we put those onto 0, it really comes to life. It is such a cool item and a great memory for you to add to your collection if you have done the extreme. The extreme is really interesting. I want to see if I can clear that. I haven't had the time to clear that yet myself, but yeah, definitely excited to try that out. I've heard some good things about the PvE content in this patch, and you'll also notice the glitches extend sort of outwards from the actual spell effects as well. Look at that. I didn't see that when we were looking at it front on in the normal light conditions. Really cool, isn't it? Really, really cool. Really, really nice. I can imagine a lot of people doing a lot of things like glitching other furnishings and just using the wings, for example. Very cool. But yeah, another housing item. I thought we'd do a quick video on this one just to go with the rest of the collection. We'll try and look at many other things as soon as we have them unlocked, including hopefully the mount one day, if it drops for me when I start doing the extreme. And yeah, more videos from patch 7.1 on the way. Let me know if you've got this one yet, or if you plan to craft this, and maybe this is a good judge of whether or not you want to use your material on this or not, or the barding. Personally, I would still go for the barding. It's much more useful. It has a use case scenario for something that you will see more regularly, unless you spend a lot of time in your house. Much love. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.